Okie dokie. So with your left hand one, when you look at it now, as we said, you can see the hands are quite a long way forward. The head is slightly in front, or at least on top of the golf ball, rather than being slightly behind the golf ball. And if we look at that right hand grip, how underneath, I mean, your right thumb's off the side, that grip, your left thumb is completely visible, yeah? There's no right hand over the top there at all, covering that left hand, as we can see now with that. Now that doesn't feel comfortable, but it is natural. When your right arm just hangs down by your side, your right arm will naturally hang with a little bit of this kind of curvature there, not kind of this sort of bowed action or sort of a straight line. So what you would find from this position on the left down one, the fact your hands were that far forward, the grip was that strong, you couldn't really turn, okay? Your right shoulder almost looks nearer to the camera than it would be with your left shoulder, okay? Because you're over the top slightly. Because of that, you couldn't really get much depth. So the club now going back quite close to your head there, not much width in the swing. And now because you've come back to golf ball now in the position you were, you're already ahead of the golf ball. As you're coming back into impact now, shutting the club face down, because your grip, as much as hard to see there's kind of a bit of an angle there. Your wrists have come back to where they want to, but unfortunately they've started in a different position, thus creating a closed club face. And although we can't see the ball flight on this, the strike was reasonably good. The balls you see shooting off the club face in the air, so the contact wasn't bad, but you can see when the golf ball comes back, he's over here. So you've hit the wall there and it's come back over here. So it's hit the screen left, okay? This one here now, this is what we talk about in terms of practice. This stuff we see at the start now is your practice, yeah? Where you set up, you check the mirror, you flare your feet a bit more. They feel like Charlie Chaplin to you, but you can see on there they're nowhere near that. They just, probably 10 and 15 degrees slightly ajar, absolutely fine. And your hands now are a little bit more kind of just neutral inside your left hip, as opposed to, you think when you were set up there, now how different that sort of setup looks. Okay, so we're setting up there now as a practice, and then the feeling now is turning this hip and this shoulder and getting it behind you a lot more. So we're doing this now, getting the arms up nice and high, so you're getting more depth in the swing, which is going to change your path. Now if I'm being slightly critical, I'd rather you make the move before looking and then look, because if you kind of go, where's the club going, and you follow it with your eyes, then when it comes to in the golf ball, you'll find yourself starting to do that. You've got to distinguish between a movement, a pause, and a check, not a where am I going kind of thing, all in one go, okay? So do that as again over and over. So this is the practice move again. You can see there when I do that, where that club is kind of sitting down, in sort of basically the middle pad of your fingers across that diagonal there, okay? So it sits in the end bit there, crossing, it's just in the base of your finger joint at the bottom here now, which feels it's barely in your fingers. But I guarantee if you picked up your golf bag now in your right hand, that's where you'd hold it. You wouldn't hold it in your palm and bend your wrist underneath there. You'd laminate your wrist. So in as much as it doesn't feel comfortable, it is your natural position, okay? So there's some rehearsal swings, getting that grip correct, okay? See the handle back there a bit more. So it's just left of centre, but not excessively as you were on this one, okay? So there's a better setup there now, and trying to create that depth. Now when we set up the golf ball, we're going to go through those kind of checks, but then ultimately now, when we get to the golf ball now, we're just in the golf ball. We're not going to think about what the move is or how we're going to do. Our focus now is hitting this golf ball towards target. You may have created a feel during the practice. It could be more depth, more turn, whatever it may be, or the grip, just double checking that, okay? But you can see in this backswing now, once you get everything sort of set, better feet position, look how much turn you've got there. Look at the clubs now further behind you, yeah? Look at that backswing compared to that backswing there. That's had no real turn at all. Lifted your arms up very, very close. Hips have turned much better there. So now when we come back to the golf ball, yeah, your club now is going to start working more from the inside, because it kind of has to. Yeah, the club now, when you strike the golf ball, good strike of the golf ball here now. And although we can't see the golf ball, the indication now when the golf ball comes back, it's come back straight to you, okay? Because you've hit dead. I mean, that's pretty much, and I'm not going to guarantee this, but I'll be pretty confident if we put a line on that. Oh, you came back 2 degrees or so left, okay? But pretty much in the area where, and that's why a couple of times we're just, we're talking millimetres left of target compared to where this one was coming back over there, and it going in that direction, obviously way to the left. So practice is something that we do, rehearsing movements, in front of mirrors, in the garden, at home, wherever it may be. You've got to practice. And we can sort of send that through to you then. I'll send the videos I said before. Just look at that image. You can screenshot that and just have that when you go down the range as a sort of image. Okay, am I looking at that? Because it'll be, you said the first 2 or 3 times you made that change, your grip went back to that, and you can sort of feel it going underneath, it wants to go underneath, but once you start seeing how good the shots can be when it does stay in a more neutral position, I mean, some of those 6-irons there were unreal, and the different sound off the club face was another good thing, because you're compressing the ball better rather than sort of scooping sensation you had before. Okay, make sense? Excellent, good one. Let's have a couple more then to see how that carries on. Now we've had a gap there between shots, so a good chance to check the practice that we're going to do now, buddy. Okay.